to be here. Thank you, Nichole, for inviting me.
Thank you so much for being here today. Okay, so Isabelle, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Isabelle Hannouche. I come from Senegal, and I've been living in Shanghai for the last 8 years now, so it's been quite a while. And since 2014, I started my own company, Teranga Trade, which is doing import and exports between China and Africa in general, but I also have clients from all over the world. And it has been an amazing journey to be, able to be in Shanghai and learn from so many people, meeting many people from Africa and from all over the world. And it has been a very, very nice adventure. At the moment, I'm locked down in Senegal, but I'm going back to Shanghai next month, so I can't wait for that.
Great.
Thank you. And a part of this, I also have a lot of initiatives that I'm doing. Like we are doing a platform. The name is Teranga Valley. In this platform, we help to connect individuals to self-development, and also we want to connect Africa and China. So we are doing weekly events, and we are gathering a community of African entrepreneurs, Chinese entrepreneurs, and actually entrepreneurs from all over the world. And we are so proud of it. We are really a volunteer organization for that, and we try to install this, this spirit that we can do together. And that's how we did this Africelerate event that has the aim to gather African entrepreneurs and to fund them. So we did it last year, our first edition. The competition was in January 2020. We had, I think, around 100 or 200 companies who were applying for this competition, and we shortlisted 7. And we had the competition just before the Corona problems, So we were very lucky for that. And it was amazing to see many people interested in Africa, China. We could gather investors, we could gather young entrepreneurs, and as well as people interested in Africa and investing in Africa. So, and we did this initiative with 2 other Africans and 1 Chinese girl as well. So it was a team that we met through the Teranga Valley events. So many things are happening. It's very effervescent. Shanghai, as you must know, it's a very entrepreneur-oriented city. So we are very glad to be part of it and giving our contribution as Africans to do events, to gather community of like-minded people and entrepreneurs, and by the same time giving a good image of our continent of this event.
And okay, so tell us a little bit about Teranga Valley and Teranga Trade. How did you initially get to work with Teranga?
So Teranga word means welcome. So when I started the company, I really wanted to have a bridge between Africa and China, because I think by cooperation we can really achieve a lot. And I was also impressed by what is happening in Shanghai, how people went from being like a village of fishermen to the city that we know today as Shanghai. And this is what I wish as well for my country, Senegal, and for Africa in general. So this inspired me first, and as well to be, in this atmosphere where I can understand the mentality, and it can also, be part of who I am. So this is how it got started, and I helped my clients to, understand better how people are thinking here in China, and I help them to connect and, you know, to achieve their project. So our clients can go from multinational to small entrepreneurs that are just getting started, and we help them to put together their projects and, you know, to make it profitable for themselves, etc. So it's really a large range of services, going from, you know, the basic sourcing, the basic like shipment arrangement, inspection, verification of the goods before shipping out. So all the trading, let's say, basic business. But we also aim to connect Chinese investors and Africans, and as well, we would love to start this, that Africans as well see China as a land of opportunity. So we want to propose them to the Chinese market a lot of opportunities for Africa. So not into one way. Teranga was actually born when I met another fellow entrepreneur who was Senegalese, Mac. And when actually he was in Shanghai since 2012. Me too. Never met. Seriously, never met. He was an entrepreneur. I was an entrepreneur. We've been through the same ups and downs. And we were just thinking, it's so pity that many people from Africa and come to Shanghai and they never meet and they just go back, and we don't capitalize the knowledge or all the, you know, the problem solving that you have. Yeah, that's why we decided, okay, let's do something. Instead of complaining, like we must be, like Andy said, we must be the we want to see. So we said, okay, we have no idea, but let's just start where we are and just sharing our knowledge and what we learned. And soon after, many people joined this journey, and now we have one event every week, people coming and sharing their experience, coaches coming to give some skills, you know, to manage life in Shanghai and people. So we try to teach people who are not in China but entrepreneurship and want to do, you know, something beautiful out of their lives. They want to be part of the solution. They want to be part of, you know, this vibrant Africa that we are representative today. And for me, I think it's the best time to be in this in Africa. I mean, we are kind of the pioneer. Like we will be the circle that is starting to, you know, rise Africa. So I'm very, very excited about that. And with Mac, we share the same values. And soon after, we have a few people who joined. So he's from South Africa. And we also have Kizito, who is from Zimbabwe. And we have two other interns, like from Zimbabwe, Kims, and also Cameroon. So the team is growing, and we are very happy to see how it's evolving.
It's very interesting. You have people from many countries, you know, working together to make Africa great, so to speak. So being an African entrepreneur, what do you think, or do you think that the African businesses and African startups, like their story has been well told globally?
So I think this is a problem that we don't really put our information out there, because as you said, we are so many different countries, and we are still, let's say, very young in our projects. So we are still as well trying to mature it. We are in a stage where people are trying to put something together, understanding even better the markets, because it's not the same to do business in Senegal than doing business in Burundi or doing business in South Africa. That's completely different. We cannot just say Africa. So even people from their own country, they need to get, you know, back sometime, because they go for studying abroad, you know, and then you come back. And the things are very different. So there is a big learning curve still happening, and we didn't have time maybe yet to start really communicating. But I can see that these few years has been moving a lot, in the young African community, and I can see that people are starting promoting their businesses, that I can see also many platforms as well, like yours, that are getting a lot of attention and that also are promoting the young entrepreneurs like us. And that's why as well we did Teranga Valley, because we wanted people to know that, hey, us Africans, we are also entrepreneurs and we are also moving, you know. And that's why every month when we have our events, we try to have at least one African entrepreneur in the list. Time is even like almost the full month with African entrepreneurs. So it's just to show as well that, hey guys, we are also part of this game and we want to learn from each other. But we are not just close to Africans, because I believe we need to learn from people who are like-minded, people who are motivated,
Right.
people who want to make a change. So we are very open to any nationality, and we want to show as well that yes, we are also part of this game. Don't forget us.
Right. That sounds very interesting. Let's talk a little bit about Africelerate. How did the whole idea start up? Can you take us through that story? And how was it like before, and how is it like now?
So yes, we gather business who is from Nigeria, who is from China, who is part of the Valley team from South Africa, and we just were discussing and saying that, oh, you know, African entrepreneur doesn't have a lot of visibility. And, you know, when we see all the funds that are given in Shanghai, it's mainly to, you know, Euro-American entrepreneurs, or as well, you know, Chinese entrepreneurs locally. And we thought it was really a pity, because many people have projects and are, you know, have those big dreams for Africa. So same as for Teranga Valley, we said, instead of sitting here and playing stuff, let's do something. Let's show that we can do something like this. So we gathered and we put together all our network. We invited investors, we invited coaches that came to our events, and they wanted to be part of this adventure. That's it. So we had coaches, I think 7 or 8 judges for the competition, all volunteered their time to be here and to organize with us. And then we could offer to the shortlisted candidates have this training with the coaches, so they could review again, you know, their pitch, and they could give them advice and you know, how to make it better, etc., in the financial part, in the business, and everything. So at the end, we were very successful. People joined from many cities, because we are based in Shanghai. But like, I think out of the seven startups, only one was from Shanghai. So it had a lot of, you know, different people from everywhere in China were interested in this event, and it was amazing to see also that people came from all over China to attend the event, and Chinese investors came to see it. And I don't know, it made us so proud to have all this interest, and as well to give so much visibility for the startups are doing so well and that like this business. So we aim maybe in the future to be a bit of a platform where we can engage people who are looking from Africa. Maybe they can go there and they can find an amazing story and what they are doing. So yes, to be this change that we want to see, and it doesn't matter, you know, where you come from. It doesn't matter where you are in your learning curve. You can start right now, and we want to be the living example of that.
And how do you, for Africelerate, how do you grade, or how do you choose the startups that you work with?
So we had an application form for different aspects, of course, business plan, the project. It could also be just a project. So we just gathered all together and reviewed one by one, and shortlisted the candidates that we thought had the most impact, because we wanted projects that can make impact in Africa. They didn't have to already have something started, but it was also one of the things that we would love to see, because sometimes, if you don't get started, you don't really know how your business will develop, and it's a bit tricky for investors to know if they want to invest in your project. But anyway, we were taking anything from ideation to very advanced projects, and we were really amazed by all the projects that had been sent to us. It has been very difficult, to be honest, to choose only 7. I think at base we wanted only 5, and we ended up to select 7 because it was too hard. And of course, we would love to do more events. Unfortunately, I've been locked down since a long time here in Senegal, so we didn't get time to take back for this year, for the end of the year, this project. But as soon as I'm back in Shanghai next month, we will try to revive it, and we will try to see what we can do. Maybe we'll do a second session in January. Let's see.
Okay, so how should, so in your opinion, how should startups strategize go-to-market plans?
So for me, problems that we have, some people think that they can manage a business in Africa from outside of Africa. So you need to know where is your target, because some African businesses, actually their place is in China, but some others really need to be on the ground, and you really need actually to start something, to start doing it for a few years maybe, or not few years, let's say a few months first, and then seeking for funding, trying to do closer to your customer, closer to your market. So I think this is the first very important step, because you always come with an idea, and then it just evolves when you get to know better your market. And it's really, I think it's a journey, it's a marathon. So you need to be patient, to be flexible. Changing the strategy is not a problem. So that's why I'm not replying directly to that question, because one strategy, of course, you can change it, you can adapt to your market. To try it out, you need to be confident. And if it's not working with this project, it might work with another. You need to capitalize all the knowledge that you need to be successful at the end. And it doesn't matter, the important to keep going, to be, to be wishing for the best, and trying to, at the same time, to improve your skills that will bring you to identify better which strategy you need to have out of which market.
And do you think that African entrepreneurs focus, or do you think that they need to improve their go-to-market strategy plans? In your opinion, do you think that needs to happen?
Yes, definitely. The African entrepreneurs need to have working together is very important. Seeing as well, bigger picture, not only your own campus. You can cooperate. You can even go to different kind of markets in Africa. If you can have partners from those countries, you can even grow your business more, because sometimes even Chinese investors, they are asking us, you just in Senegal, that's so small. So it's very important to use those connections, having a bigger, very important. Being in China, beautiful opportunity to meet people from all over Africa. I never met so much people from all over Africa than being in Shanghai. So that's a big opportunity as well, to find the like-minded people that are resilient, people who want, to move their life, who are ambitious. So it's a good opportunity to, and that's why we did our platform. We systematically put people in our groups so even if they change country, they still can be in touch and they can create things. We really want to motivate people because we believe that as Africans, of course, we have all the capacity to do what we want to do. Maybe we need a bit of education. We need also to meet the right partners to be able to, make something big. So we try to give the tools for everyone because we really believe anyone can do something, and especially in these times. That's the greatest time in business in Africa.
Mm-hmm. And I have another question regarding startups that struggle to establish strong competitive advantages. What advice do you have for those startups?
Actually, I think kind of reflect in my previous questions because making those partnerships is very important, and seeing Africa not only in terms of frontiers, seeing it at a global market and trying to find those partners and work together in the same industry, if you are in the same industry, to make things bigger, scale it, and I think it starts now. Of course, you will need to do your own work on your own territory, let's say, but to have this competitive advantage, you need to master this relationship, let's say, in business, to be able to identify the right partners for your business, being able to share your ideas, and giving up this scarcity that we think as a that you should not talk about your business because someone will steal it. We have it wrong. So leave this at the door, because if you want to do something big, you cannot just stay in this small mentality of scarcity. So, but it's a long work to go out of this, I know, but trying to, of course, you will have disappointments. Of course, you will have maybe some misadventures, but that's part of the business. That's part of entrepreneurship. You said it would be easy. It's not easy. But by doing it, you master it, and then you can really have this competitive advantage through time. It takes time. I won't say it's easy. Of course, it's not easy. It's very difficult. But this is entrepreneurship. This is self-development. When we need to grow, we need to go through this process. We need to go through these problems, etc. This is the only way to get stronger, and this is the only way to do something that can really impact in the future and impact lives, and including yours.
Mm-hmm. Let's go on to funding and investment. What is your advice to startups that are trying to find funding and investment?
So first, please Africa. Really, with Debo and you, I think it's a great platform to see all the opportunities that can be, that are reachable for Africans, and as well to find some trainings, etc. So I think you guys are doing a great job for that. As well, trying to connect to different platforms. Development is not so obvious, so we still need to do a bit of investigations. But still, it's happening everywhere. We can also, I am in another mentality. I would say you can also create it. So you can also find investors that are interested in investing in African startups, and there are more and more in China. So there are so many options, and not just maybe looking for funds, also looking for mentorship. And you also can find it through all those people who are doing accelerator services. They also propose mentorship. So it's very, very important to not only focus on the funding itself, also focus on the growth and self-development and the connections and people that you meet. And don't forget about the human adventure. Because that's the only way that you will be able to keep going through the difficult times. So don't forget, yes, we are here for business, but we also have to make it a nice place where you can enjoy and find people that are minded, that can be friends and inspiring you as well. So don't also neglect that.
Mm-hmm. So the main points that you mentioned were training, connecting, creating your own funding, and also partnering with other people.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's go on to the role of industry and market research. What kind of role do you think that plays in setting up a business as an entrepreneur? What amount of funds or what percentage should I focus on market research solely?
So that's important. Unfortunately, as you know, very difficult to gather information in our countries in general. So
Right.
I know that Debo is doing it, so that's very helpful. But sometimes maybe some startup doesn't yet have the funds, but we could keep it in mind because that's actually very important. For example, even in a business plan, even you should not think, okay, I don't have money, so I cannot invest in this. You should think, okay, my business plan, I need to know what would be the price for that, so I can include this in there. And when we will have the funding, for example, we can actually pay for this service. And there are also a lot of studies online that you can find that might not be accurate. I think it's a bit tricky, actually. And to maybe do your own investigations, with your own trying to do your research, being helped if possible. It depends on how many as well you have available to this kind of research. Market research is actually very, very, very expensive, but requires a lot of work to get out those data. But it's as well a big advantage for you because you can build the trust of your investors out of those real information. Sometimes it's also one of the problems we have when we give a business plan to an investor here in China. Have so many statistics. So it's trust the project. They don't really trust. So we have a lot of create information one can access. I think you could do this, guys.
Sorry, could you come back? Question is basically about you. What are your hobbies? What do you like to do after work? Just tell us about Isabelle.
Thank you. Isabelle basically is a person. I love to spend time with my family. I like to organize the gathering as young I like also to I do Afro dance. In Shanghai, we are very fortunate to have from Ghana. So I'm very happy going to every time we can. Yes, and I have a little baby, 3 years old, Matteo. So he also occupies a lot of time to go after him and has been champion. And also putting him in this international friends from all over the world speaking with. So that's fascinating. That's really interesting.
And do you watch football or do you watch soccer? If so, which one is your favorite team?
So actually, I love football, but at the moment I don't know who is what I like. I like people from every and my favorite team is Senegal, of course, as well. That's always my favorite team. France also, wait. Argentina. I love many. It's difficult.
Okay, and are you reading any books, and what book are you reading right now?
So at the moment, I'm reading a book of Ryan Tracy, Change Your Thinking, Change Your Mind.
Mm-hmm.
This book is really got in this that of course I can no life that I had no plans and I opened my own company, all money in that and it's like everything go well. This book is very powerful. I really difficult to read and thinking so much. Life, pardon.
Okay, change your thinking, change your life, right?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay, thank you, Isabelle, so much. Thank you so much for joining us on this platform. It was really interesting to hear about Teranga and also Africelerate.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I hope that you'll join us next time. We'll obviously have a part 2 where we will talk a little bit more about African entrepreneurship and other subjects. So from me and from the team, thank you so much, and thank you guys to everyone who's watching. See you next week. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yay, I can stop recording. Okay, thank you.